Celebrate Disability Pride Month. We're taking a closer look at a Netflix docuseries and the impact it's making around the world. Love on the Spectrum follows the stories of several adults with autism as they navigate dating and relationships.
Everyone is different.
Correct.
Whether you're on the spectrum or not.
We are, however, all looking for the same thing: respect, understanding, and a whole lot of love.
And today we're speaking to Love on the Spectrum's autism expert and bestselling author Jennifer Cook and participant Kaelynn Partlow. For more on this, ladies, thank you both for being here. Jennifer, I want to start with you. Why is it important for the world to see a show like this? And what have you learned from working with Kaelynn and the other 5 participants on the show?
So why is it important? You know, I guess we talk so much about inclusion. I think inclusion is a lot like being the kid in elementary school where everybody's got to get invited to the birthday party, and you don't want to be that kid that is there and invited just because they have to be. We want to celebrate. We want to celebrate diversity in all its forms, including neurodiversity, the inside that you can't quite see, but it brings special talents to the table. It's essential that we, in our society, look to celebrate and include all of us. And this was an amazing project. I think it's a beautiful way to explore and get to understand what autism really looks like too, because in a lot of ways, there are misconceptions and images that aren't really true to the experience. Certainly, Kaelynn and myself often hear, oh, you can't be autistic, you seem too normal. But normal and typical are not synonyms. And this is a great way to show that autism can look a lot of different ways.
Now, Kaelynn, on the show, you're very open about your challenges, and you talk about how learning disabilities sometimes make life a little harder for you. Why do you feel it's important to share that with someone you date?
I think it's important to share it with someone that I date just because I might need a little bit of extra support or a little extra help in certain areas that someone else my age might not. So for example, going to a restaurant usually requires reading a menu and making a choice, which is really difficult because I'm dyslexic. So it's difficult to read the menu and process in enough time to be able to make a decision. So it's important to share those things just so that they can understand and then provide that support if necessary.
And Jennifer, as someone on the spectrum yourself, you coach the participants on the show and help many of them prepare for their first date. So what's your dating advice to those who are on the spectrum who might be watching from home but are hesitant to get into the dating world?
You know, my advice to people on the spectrum is the same that it would be to anybody, because I say before and after everything else, we're all on the human spectrum. And, it's about understanding and unzipping little unspoken and untaught social rules. So once you can start to learn those, you can learn that you're not going on an interview, you're going on a chance to make a new friend. Once you can see dating as leveling up, just as if it were, a video game, it just takes a little bit of guts and vulnerability to put yourself out there, but bravery means feeling afraid and doing it anyway. And in this case, the rewards can be unbelievably great.
Now, Kaelynn, you were diagnosed with autism when you were 10 years old. Now you're a therapist working with children who have autism. So what have you taught them about navigating the world, and what have you learned from them?
They teach me a lot, and I see a lot of myself in them. I teach a lot of self-acceptance and how you can kind of thrive even if the world isn't built to suit your needs. So coping skills, fidget tools, different coping strategies is something that I've learned personally, is something that I teach my clients as well.
So Jennifer, what do you want people watching at home to know about this show and about people with disabilities in general?
So I think disabilities are, is autism even a disability? I think it's a hot topic right now, actually, in the disability community. I think innately it's not. It's a difference. So often we hear this disorder, that disorder. I would love it if that D could be a dynamic instead. But it's when you're juxtaposed against a world that doesn't quite fit, almost, an extension of being a lefty in a righty world. When sensory experiences don't quite fit or social experiences don't quite fit, that's when it feels and can be a disability. So understanding that difference, whether it's neurological or otherwise, doesn't actually mean broken or wrong or, again, abnormal, I think is a great way to begin. That's why Kaelynn has heard me say this before during Pride Month, Disability Pride Month and Autistic Pride Month Day. It's not about being proud of being autistic. It's about being proud of how we're autistic, which would be what I say about being human. It's being kind. It's learning to think about others first. And it's learning to take your time in building real relationships that empower everyone involved.
All right, Jennifer Cook, Kaelynn Partlow, thank you both for joining today.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.